Hi, I'm Jennifer. Today I want to share a personal story, a journey that began long before I even realized it. I was very sick in the hospital. The doctor told my mom and aunt to basically prepare for my funeral as they felt I was not going to survive. They began to pray, and my mom begged for my life. I was told a woman had appeared to them. They believed she was an aspect of Ochun or Ochun herself. My mom made a promise that if my life was spared, she would do something for Ochun for the rest of her life. In May 2022, my mom passed, and I've continued that promise to this day. When I was 8 to 9 years old, I realized that I could see, hear, smell, speak, and even taste spirits and see the spiritual realm. My so called imaginary friends weren't imaginary. When I was 10 years old, I was brushing my teeth. I looked up at the mirror, and behind me was a beautiful boy. He was smiling at me. He looked just like me, but in male form. Fast forward, decades later, I realized that little boy was my youngest son and last of my tribe. When I was 16, I met a very talented and wise medium who basically helped me on this journey I have been on. She confirmed my gifts and she told me I needed to use them and share it with the world. I needed to better the world one person at a time. In 1994, I was on my way home from college. I was going to a college in Brooklyn, New York. I was in a subway station, the number 4 line to be exact. I was walking down a tunnel. A train was pulling up. I said to myself, oh well, I would just catch the next one since I wasn't that close walking wise. Suddenly, I heard my grandfather yelling at me in Spanish. He had just passed a couple of years earlier. He was yelling at me to get on the train, to run for the train. I was shocked at first, but I was like, there's another one. He kept yelling in Spanish, girl, run for that train. I just felt a push to run, and I ran down that tunnel as fast as I could. The doors were closing, but a man standing in the train saw me running, and he put his hand out to have the doors open. He didn't realize it at the time, but he was my angel as well as my abuelo. I told him thank you. He looks at me and said, I saw you running like you had to get on this train. When I was in New York City, I always sat in a conductor car. I made my way to that car while I was still catching my breath after running so hard down that tunnel. I sat in front of the conductor. He so happened to have the door open. He greeted me, and the train left the station. Suddenly, he gets a message on his radio. He had been told that he had to make his train an express train. For those of you who don't know about express trains in New York City, they basically only stop at certain stations while bypassing others. He asked why. When I heard next, shocked me to my core, and it would be a day I would never forget. He was told that the train that came in the station behind us had just had a bomb go off. I said out loud, oh my God, I was supposed to be on that train. He looks at me puzzled and said, what? I repeated it. Oh my God, I was supposed to be on that train. I told him what happened to me moments before. Back then, I really didn't discuss my spiritual gifts with anybody, let alone strangers. That day, I felt I could tell him. He looked at me and said, God bless you. You are lucky. You weren't meant to be on that train, and they made sure you weren't. I have been on an amazing journey. All of these experiences and events have shaped who I became and who I continue to become. I had many ups and downs throughout my journey. I met some great people and not so great people along the way. People who were jealous of me and my gifts. People who have cheered me on and have pushed me to continue to share my gifts. You may see that on your journey if you haven't already experienced it. You just need to cut out that noise, spiritually protect yourself, and continue to move forward. Their journey is their own. just like your journey is your own. Some people will be on a parallel journey with you. Find your tribe. In finding your tribe, you will find people who value your authenticity, who help you find the light within, who will help you find your purpose. If you feel lost, join one of my groups at spirituallyforyou.com. Book a reading at spirituallyu.com or contact me and let's see how we can work together to get you on track to living your best life. If no one has told you this today, always remember you are worthy, you are loved, you are needed in this world. Peace, love, light, and spiritual clarity to you and yours. Till next time, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.